I've put together quite possibly the simplest list that you'll ever need when it comes to moving to a new state, specifically South Carolina. So kick your shoes off. Stay a while. Salutations, good people. I'm Josh. Now, if you're looking to make a move to South Carolina, you're going to want to watch till the end of this video, as I'm going to cover tips and advice on how to make an out-of-state transition as smooth as possible. After helping multiple families and individuals successfully close on properties here in the upstate of South Carolina, I've learned quite a few things that may just reduce your anxiety if you're a little freaked out over the idea of moving to the Palmetto State and what it might entail. So I'll start by saying this. If you can put time on your side, take advantage of that. Now, there are multiple reasons why it's in your best interest to put time on your side. One thing you might not have thought about is learning new rules and laws as it pertains to South Carolina. Tying into that is going to be your credit. If you don't plan on making a cash purchase, you're going to want to find a good lender, and you're going to want to learn exactly what kind of credit it's going to take in order to secure the best loan for you or your family. Going ahead and contacting a lender to find out what it is you can start doing now would be in your best interest. Seriously, a good lender can make all the difference in the world. Someone you can sit down in front of, have a face-to-face talk with, someone who can get to know you, and someone who also knows the area. Using this time will help you do things like researching the area and the climate and geography. South Carolina's weather can be pretty straightforward the majority of the year. However, we are a subtropical climate, which at sometimes can make things a little hard to plan for. Make sure you research things like the job market if you haven't figured that part of your move out just yet. The cost of living, which I just did a video on this channel just a couple videos ago, so make sure you go back and check that out after you've watched this video. Also consider certain factors like what kind of lifestyle you're looking for and which region in the upstate is most likely to fit that need. However, if you want to take everything I just said and really simplify it, whether it's myself or someone else, I would suggest finding a highly qualified real estate agent to do all of this heavy lifting and really have all this knowledge available ready to go for you. And of course, I'm going to suggest finding a local realtor for obvious reasons. But like I said, whether it's me or someone else, you're really doing yourself a service by contacting a local professional. These are folks who have quite possibly lived here their whole entire lives, so they've got a little knowledge when it comes to the area. All jokes aside about realtors, a lot of us take pride in being a local authority figure when it comes to being knowledgeable about the region that we've grown up in. And if you have a reserve about contacting a real estate agent, I'll let you in on a little secret. We're free. Seriously, the seller pays our commission. So go ahead, reach out to one. Now let's cover something that may not apply to everyone watching this video. What if you have to sell your home first? Now, I know for some of you who have not went through this process, the idea of trying to buy and sell at the same time can be a spider web of confusion. Now, the first thing I would suggest if you're in this situation is do everything I just said before you put your house on the market. Working on credit, finding a local realtor in the area you're moving to, things like that. And most likely, a lot of those things, if not everything I just mentioned, needs to be done and has to be done before you put your house on the market. I say this because if you would like to put an offer on a house before your current house has sold, we're going to have to make an offer that is contingent on the sale of your home, meaning you have to sell your home first, obviously. And that's completely fine. It's done every day. However, the sellers of your new home are going to want to see that you have your ducks in a row before an offer is accepted. The next piece of advice on this list might be the most important, and that is to plan a trip to South Carolina if at all possible. This goes back to putting time on your side. You should take time to explore the areas that you're interested in. This will give you firsthand experience on the neighborhoods, communities, and overall vibe of where it is you might be wanting to relocate. You might just come down here for a few days or a week and decide that South Carolina or the Upstate region is not right for you. Maybe we're just going to be too friendly for you. Seriously, I have a friend from Columbus, Ohio, who said we're downright annoying with how hospitable we are. And to that, I say, bless his heart. The next thing I'll recommend is to plan your move logistically. Go ahead. It'll be one more important thing checked off of your list if you at least have a rough game plan together on whether or not you're going to hire professionals to move or if you're going to do it yourself. A good example of this is a sweet couple I just helped to go under contract with a home here in Greer, South Carolina, who has a lot of motorcycles, and they needed to figure out how they were going to transport the motorcycles. Turns out there is a professional motorcycle transportation company where their trucks are set up to do just that. Now, you may not have motorcycles to move, but you catch my drift. Also, when talking about logistics, if you do find yourself needing short-term rental accommodations between your move, rather than searching for an apartment or a rental house that's gonna keep you locked into a 6-month to a year lease, I recommend the simple alternative of Airbnb. Now, while this does make a lot of sense, it might be something that you easily overlook and don't think about while you have so much going on. While it might be a little more expensive up front, in the long run, not being locked into a 6-month lease or having to pay to get out of your lease early can really save you a lot of money. Besides, hey, free coffee and toilet paper. One thing on today's list that you might not have thought about is going to be arranging for healthcare. Make sure you research healthcare providers in the area of your interest. If you have existing medical records, go ahead and set up the transfer of those records to these new facilities. Also, update your health insurance information accordingly. Now, I encourage you to do all these things. That way, when closing day comes and goes, you can now enjoy your new community and surrounding communities without extra stress and anxiety on things that still need to be done after you've moved. The upstate of South Carolina has so much to explore and to do, and we're constantly adding more improvements to really accommodate this recent influx of people over the past few years. And what's wonderful about this influx is due to a recent boost in local economy, towns can afford wonderful upgrades to an already thriving area. And when it comes to family-friendly atmospheres, I believe the upstate of South Carolina is a wonderful place to move your family to. Heck, I'm even wearing a t-shirt that's got the state of South Carolina on it right now. And speaking of families, if your kids are involved in sports, the Upstate has a host of wonderful athletic programs for your kids to get involved in. Just a little research will unveil that we are a pretty solid choice for athletics. There's even a couple wonderful hockey programs. Now, if there's anything I can do to help make your move to South Carolina easier, my information will be right here. Don't hesitate to reach out, call, text, email. I'll talk to you. Until next time, I've been Josh Oglesby with Real Broker LLC and Upstate SC Living, reminding you to work hard, be kind, and do enjoy yourselves.